Dorit Kemsley just publicly went after Mauricio Umansky in an Instagram comment, and it might be the shadiest thing she's said all year. A content creator posted a spot-on impression of Mauricio, mocking the way he says his favorite word amazing in 4 nearly identical tones. Dorit not only liked it, she jumped into the comments and wrote a whole paragraph about how much Mauricio has changed since splitting from Kyle Richards. She wrote, "I don't think he has any idea how much he's changed. Watching it has been equal parts disappointing and fascinating. It really makes me think Kyle brought out qualities in him that he doesn't seem to have on his own." And then she added the dagger, "What's amazed me most is how well he managed to hide this side of himself for so many years. Or did he?" That last line, with the little thinking emoji, is the kind of shade that keeps Bravo fans up at night. Let's break down what's really going on here. Here's the setup. On June 29th, content creator Miguel Luciano posted a video titled "Amazing" by Mauricio Umansky. In it, he impersonated Mauricio, rubbing his belly and face, staring off into the distance, and repeating the word amazing in 4 different tones: surprised, disappointed, sarcastic, and flirty, all of which sounded basically identical. It was a gentle roast of Mauricio's famously one-note mannerisms and his overuse of that one word. It was funny, it was harmless, and it went a little viral. But then Dorit showed up. And instead of just laughing along, she used the comment section to deliver a genuinely pointed critique of Mauricio's character. She suggested that Kyle Richards was the one who brought out his best qualities, and that without her, we're now seeing who he really is. The implication is, brutal Dorit is saying that the charming, likable Mauricio we all watched for years was, in part, a product of Kyle's influence, and now that they're separated, the real Mauricio is showing through. And that, or did he? At the end, that's Dorit suggesting maybe he was hiding his true self the whole time. Now here's why this matters, and why fans immediately clocked the deeper story. Because Dorit isn't a neutral party here. Not even close. This shade is almost certainly rooted in her own divorce from PK Kemsley. And here's the connection: Mauricio and PK are best friends. They've been close for years. And throughout Dorit's separation, Mauricio has appeared to firmly have PK's back. Remember, back during season 15, Dorit actually sat down with Mauricio on camera, hoping he could act as a bridge to communicate with PK. It backfired completely. Dorit later said on Watch What Happens Live, "I was naive to think that what he was saying was true, and wanted to believe that he genuinely wanted to help the situation and could be unbiased." She said, "I know Mao came in to essentially be PK's voice on the show. And the thing that hurt her most?" She said Mauricio suggested that PK does not have a problem with alcohol, directly contradicting what Dorit has alleged about her estranged husband. In her confessional, she called the meeting 2 hours of my life I will never get back and a complete waste of time. So when Dorit says Mauricio has changed and that he's disappointing, what she's really saying is this man took my husband's side, dismissed my concerns, and I no longer see him the way I used to. The Instagram comment isn't random shade. It's the latest shot in an ongoing Cold War between Dorit and PK's entire camp, a camp that includes Mauricio, includes Boy George, and apparently includes anyone who's chosen PK's side of the divorce. And the fan reaction was split right down the middle. Some agreed with her. One person commented, "Finally someone said it. I agree." But others thought Dorit was opening a door she really doesn't want opened. One fan wrote, "Here you go talking about Kyle's husband, but God forbid he responds back." And that's a fair point, because Dorit has been extremely sensitive about people commenting on her own marriage, her own finances, and her own divorce. She's the one who's been getting dragged for months over the foreclosure, the spending, and the court filings. So for her to publicly psychoanalyze Mauricio's character, that's a bold move from someone in a very glass house. Here's where I land. Dorit might not even be wrong. Plenty of fans have noticed Mauricio seems different post-split the DMs to Lala Kent, the Aspen flirting, the general vibe shift. So her observation might genuinely resonate with people. But the motivation behind it is what makes it messy. This isn't Dorit offering a neutral cultural observation. This is Dorit, in the middle of an ugly divorce, taking a shot at her estranged husband's best friend because that friend chose the other side. And when you're the person who's been begging the public for grace and privacy during your own split, throwing stones at someone else's, that tends to come back around. Mauricio hasn't responded, and honestly, he probably won't, because the one thing we know about Mauricio Umansky is that no matter what's thrown at him, his answer is always going to be the same. Amazing. Pop off in the comments. Smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.